He stopped reaching out like he used to. His texts don't come the way they once did. The silence from your phone fills you with unease. But what if I told you there's an ancient method that can make this person desperately want to reconnect with you without you sending a single message? The secret power of Stoicism, which I'm about to share, will completely transform your energy and magnetic pull. The most captivating people in history have used these time-honored secrets without ever revealing them. This philosophy holds the exact formula to make someone crave your presence. When you apply these techniques, the other person will feel an overwhelming urge to get in touch with you. The method I'm about to unveil is so powerful that your phone won't stop buzzing. You won't need to call or text. They'll come to you drawn as if by an invisible force. Get ready to learn how to become the constant thought in the mind of the person you choose. Magnetic silence. Silence can speak louder than any words when used the right way. When you stop texting, calling, or showing you're always available, something magical happens in the other person's mind. This void you create isn't random. Ancient Stoic philosophers already knew that the space between notes is what makes the most beautiful music. The same applies to relationships. Think about how you feel when someone who always texted you suddenly stops. You start wondering what happened. Did I do something wrong? Has this person moved on to someone else? These questions start swirling in your head nonstop. That's exactly what happens when you practice magnetic silence. The secret is to create an air of mystery around yourself. When you're always available, always texting, always saying how much you miss them, you become predictable. And what's predictable rarely sparks curiosity or desire. The Stoics understood that controlling your actions creates an invisible force that draws others in. But be careful. Magnetic silence isn't about playing mind games or manipulating. It's about creating a space where the other person can feel your absence. It's about giving their natural desire a chance to bloom. When you're always there, you don't leave room for that desire to grow. During this period of calm, the other person's mind will work in your favor. Our brains are wired to fill in gaps and seek answers to unanswered questions. When you create this gap by not communicating, their mind starts working overtime, thinking about you, remembering the good times, wondering what you're up to. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "We shouldn't try to control what's beyond our power." You can't control how the other person feels, but you can control your own actions. By practicing magnetic silence, you take charge of what's in your power, your communication, and let the rest unfold naturally. Before we go further, I'd be grateful if you gave this video a thumbs up. It helps me keep sharing this philosophy. If you're not subscribed yet, I recommend hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you don't miss any videos. This method works because it taps into something deep in human nature. The fear of loss. When we sense we might lose someone, our interest in them tends to grow. It's no surprise that many people only realize how much they cared about someone after they're gone. During this quiet period, it's crucial to use the time to better yourself. Focus on your goals, your health, your friends, and your family. The more you fill your life with positive things, the more attractive you become. People can sense when you are doing well, when you're happy, when you're at peace with yourself. Magnetic silence also helps restore balance in the relationship. If you were always chasing, always available, and always waiting, this step back helps rebalance the energy. The other person starts to realize they need to put in effort to keep the connection alive. Many people fear creating this space because they worry the other person will forget them or move on. But the truth is, if someone forgets you that easily, they were never truly connected to you. Magnetic silence works precisely because it reveals the truth of their feelings. Think of it as clearing the ground to build something stronger. Sometimes you need to take a step back so the other person can take 2 steps forward. It's like a dance where the space between the dancers is as important as the moves they make. What's amazing is that when you practice magnetic silence, you don't just affect the other person, you strengthen yourself. You learn you can live without them, that you have value on your own, that you don't need their constant validation to feel whole. And when they come back, they'll find someone stronger, more confident, more complete, someone who doesn't desperately need them but chooses to be with them. That's far more attractive than someone who seems unable to live without them. Powerful absence. Have you ever heard the saying, "Absence makes the heart grow fonder"? This ancient wisdom carries a truth the Stoics understood well. Powerful absence goes beyond mere silence. It's about creating a presence so strong in someone's life that even when you're not physically there, your impact lingers. When you're always around, the other person gets used to you like the air we breathe. We only notice its importance when it's gone. Powerful absence creates that effect in the mind of the person you want to draw in. Suddenly, they start noticing the emptiness they feel without you. The Stoics taught the importance of appreciating what we have while we have it, because nothing lasts forever. When you apply powerful absence, you remind the other person of this valuable lesson. Your presence isn't guaranteed and should be cherished. This doesn't mean you need to vanish completely or be unkind. Powerful absence is strategic and intentional. You reduce your availability, not to play games, but to create a space where natural desire can rekindle. Maybe you were always free to hang out, always quick to reply to texts, always adjusting your plans to fit theirs. When you start living more for yourself, something interesting happens. Think about how magnets work. When you bring two like poles too close, they repel each other, but when you pull them apart a bit, the attraction kicks in. Relationships work similarly. A little distance creates a healthy tension that brings people back together. Powerful absence also serves as a quiet test of whether someone truly cares about you. If they notice and feel your absence, it matters. If they don't, maybe they're not the right person for you. It's a natural filter that separates shallow interest from genuine connection. During this time, it's essential to truly live your life to the fullest. Don't just pretend to be busy doing things that bring you joy and growth. Pick up new hobbies, strengthen your friendships, take care of your health, and work on your personal goals. The richer your life becomes, the more fascinating you are. Social media can be a powerful tool here, but use it wisely. Don't post things to make the other person jealous or to manipulate their reaction. Instead, share authentic moments from your life that show you're doing well and feeling happy. This sparks natural curiosity and a desire to reconnect. The Stoics believed our happiness shouldn't depend on external factors, including other people. When you practice powerful absence, you're also practicing emotional independence. You show yourself and the other person that your joy comes from within. Many people make the mistake of constantly checking their phone during this period, anxious for a message that defeats the whole purpose. True powerful absence requires you to let go of the outcome and trust the process. If you're obsessed with their reaction, you're still emotionally dependent. Understand that different people respond to absence differently. Some will miss you right away and reach out. Others take longer to notice the void. Some might even try to fill your space with other people or activities before realizing what they had with you was special. When they finally reach out, if the connection is real, don't rush back as if you've been waiting anxiously. Respond calmly, show you're happy to hear from them, but maintain your independence. This shows your absence wasn't a game, but a genuine shift in your approach. True powerful absence isn't about punishing or seeking revenge. It's about restoring a healthy balance in the relationship and allowing the other person to feel and appreciate your presence. It's about creating a space where desire can grow naturally without forcing anything. Remember, the person who comes back after feeling your absence returns with a renewed appreciation for who you are. That creates a much stronger foundation for any relationship. Strong impulses. When we talk about strong impulses, we're talking about that sudden urge that comes out of nowhere, that intense need that makes someone grab their phone and call you without thinking twice. It's not planned, it's almost like a reflex, and you can create this powerful impulse in the mind of the person you want to draw in by using Stoic teachings in a modern way. The secret lies in understanding how our minds work. The Stoics knew we can't control what happens, but we can control how we respond. Similarly, you can't force someone to miss you, but you can create situations where that feeling arises naturally. It's like planting a seed that grows on its own. First, understand that strong impulses come from emotional memories. That song playing when you were together, the cologne they wore, that special place you used to visit, these things create triggers in their mind. When they encounter something that reminds them of you, the impulse to reach out surges. The key is to create strong memories before practicing magnetic silence or powerful absence. If your last moments together were intense and positive, they'll have memories that spark the impulse to reconnect. It's not about the quantity of time, but the quality of those moments. The Stoics taught that the present moment is all we have. When you're with someone, be fully present. Put your phone away, look them in the eyes, truly listen. This kind of total presence leaves a deep mark in their memory, and when you step back, those marks work in your favor. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. If being with you felt good, they'll naturally want to recreate that experience. If the memories of your time together are positive, their brain will create a strong impulse to relive those feelings. There are small things you can do to plant these seeds, a signature scent only. You wear a unique way. You smile or touch a special phrase only you share. These details become triggers that when you're absent, spark that strong impulse to reach out. Another powerful technique is association. The Stoics talked about how our minds link ideas and feelings. You can use this to your advantage. If you always listen to a certain song together, that song will be tied to you. Later when they hear it, the impulse to reach out comes naturally. Timing matters too. The impulse grows stronger as days pass. At first, they might not notice your absence much, but as time goes on, little reminders of you. A movie you watch together on TV, a joke only you'd get, start popping up more. Each one builds the impulse to contact you. Understand that a strong impulse is different from a calculated plan. When someone decides to reach out rationally, it's a thought-out choice. A strong impulse, however, comes from emotion. It's that moment when they can't even explain why they need to talk to you so badly. It's like something inside them craves the connection. The Stoics also taught the importance of balance. If you were always overly present, always available, always chasing your absence creates a disequilibrium. Nature seeks balance, and this manifests as a strong impulse from the other person to restore the connection with you. A common mistake is trying to force this impulse through mind games or manipulation. That might work short-term, but it doesn't build a real connection. True impulses come from the genuine value you bring to their life. When you're authentic, when you truly enrich someone's life, your absence is deeply felt. During this process, it's critical not to obsess over the outcome. The Stoics taught us to focus on what's in our control. You can't control whether or when they'll feel this impulse. You can only create the conditions for it to happen naturally. The rest is out of your hands. The impulse works best when they don't expect it. If you're always disappearing and reappearing, it becomes predictable. But if this absence is new, different from your usual behavior, the impact is far greater. Surprise amplifies the effect. When they finally give in to that impulse and reach out, don't show desperation. Respond calmly with genuine happiness, but without acting like you've been counting the minutes. This confirms their impulse was valid while showing you're doing fine. A strong impulse is one of the most powerful forces in human relationships. It's that moment when logic takes a back seat and the heart takes over. When you understand how to create the conditions for this impulse to arise naturally, you hold one of the most potent keys to making someone urgently reconnect with you. Urgent desire. Urgent desire goes beyond a fleeting impulse. It's a constant longing, a need that doesn't fade, a thought that keeps coming back. It's when someone can't get you out of their head, no matter how hard they try. And there's a science behind creating this kind of desire, a science the ancient Stoics already understood at its core. To grasp urgent desire, we need to talk about how our brains process loss. When something that brought us pleasure is suddenly out of reach, the brain doesn't forget it. It starts valuing it even more. It's like when you're on a diet and can't eat sweets. Suddenly, all you can think about is chocolate. The Stoics knew we value what's rare more than what's common. If you're always available, always there, always easy to reach, your value naturally decreases in others' perception. Not because you're worth less, but because that's how the human mind works. When you create a healthy scarcity of your presence, the desire for what you offer grows. Think about the things you want most in life. They're usually things that aren't easy to get, things that require effort, things that aren't always available. The same principle applies to relationships. When your presence isn't guaranteed, when someone has to work to keep you close, their desire intensifies into an urgent need. This desire is also tied to the concept of variable rewards. Studies show that unpredictable rewards generate stronger desire than predictable ones. That's why slot machines are so addictive. When you're not always available, when your attention isn't guaranteed, every moment with you becomes more valuable. Another key to creating urgent desire is revealing different facets of yourself over time. The Stoics spoke of the multifaceted nature of humanity. When you show new sides of your personality, gradually the other person feels there's always more to discover. This mystery fuels an urgent desire to know more, to spend more time with you. Incompleteness is also a powerful factor. Our brains are obsessed with closing open loops, finishing unfinished stories. If your last meeting or conversation ended abruptly or left something unresolved, their mind will keep returning to it. seeking closure. This creates an urgent desire to reconnect. Remember, urgent desire isn't about emotional games or manipulation. It's about understanding human nature and working with it, not against it. It's about creating a space where natural desire can grow instead of stifling it with excessive availability or emotional dependence. The Stoics taught the importance of constant self-improvement. When you're always evolving, always learning, always becoming a better version of yourself, you become an endless source of fascination. The other person feels an urgent desire to be part of your journey, to not miss the next chapters of your story. Contrast also feeds urgent desire. If you are always available and then suddenly create space, a powerful contrast emerges that the mind can't ignore. It's like when you're in a noisy room and it suddenly goes quiet. Everyone notices. Your strategic distance creates the same contrast, grabbing attention and sparking desire. A powerful technique is to end conversations or meetups at their peak, when things are going great, rather than waiting for the energy to fizzle out. This leaves them wanting more, feeling like something amazing was cut short and needs to continue. That sense of incompleteness drives an urgent desire to reconnect. Urgent desire is also nurtured by subtle reminders. A comment about something you shared, a nod to a special moment you had together. These little seeds planted in their mind bloom later, creating an urgency to reconnect when you're alone. The Stoics spoke of how our minds are wired to value what we've lost, or could lose, what we now call loss aversion. Studies show the pain of losing something is psychologically twice as powerful as the joy of gaining something of equal value. When someone feels they might lose you, their desire to keep you close intensifies. Understand that different people express urgent desire differently. Some will reach out directly, others will ask mutual friends about you, and some might act indifferent while secretly dying to talk. Learn to recognize the subtle signs of urgent desire even when they're not obvious. When you spark this desire in someone, it's like creating a gravitational force that constantly pulls them toward you. It's not something they can just switch off or ignore. It's a longing that feels like a part of them, making them feel they need you to feel whole again. And when this urgent desire finally pushes them to act when they can't take it anymore and reach out, you'll have created something far stronger than passing interest. You'll have built a deep connection that makes them feel they can't live without you in their life. Immediate attraction. Immediate attraction isn't just about physical looks. It's about creating an energy so strong that when you reconnect with someone, they feel an instant, powerful connection. It's that, wow, I've missed you feeling that hits them the moment you're back in touch. The Stoics knew there's an art to becoming more attractive through your attitude and how you carry yourself in life. It all starts with your energy. When you practice magnetic silence and powerful absence, something interesting happens. You reclaim your own strength. All the energy you spent chasing, checking messages, or waiting for scraps of attention comes back to you. And when you're filled with your own energy, you naturally become more attractive. The Stoics talked about living in accordance with nature and virtue, being authentic, true to who you are. Nothing creates immediate attraction like someone who's comfortable in their own skin, who doesn't try to be someone else to please others. When you fully accept yourself, you radiate a confidence that's magnetically appealing. During the absence, use this time to take care of yourself, your body, your mind, your appearance, not to impress others, but because you deserve it. When you value yourself, others start to value you more too. It's a signal to the world that you're someone who deserves the best. Immediate attraction also comes from your mindset. The Stoics taught that our beliefs shape our reality. If you believe you're desirable, worthy of love, and valuable, it shows in how you carry yourself and how others perceive you during this time apart. Work on those inner beliefs. Build your self-image. A powerful technique, it is to regularly visualize the person feeling this immediate attraction toward you. Picture in detail what it'll be like when you reconnect, how they'll look at you with that spark in their eyes, how they'll feel an intense desire to be close to you. This visualization not only prepares your mind for that moment, but also helps create the energy to make it real. Novelty is a crucial element of immediate attraction. During your absence, try new things, learn new skills, have new experiences. When they see you again, they won't find the same person they knew, but a fresh, improved version. This novelty instantly sparks curiosity and attraction. Another key is maintaining mystery. The Stoics valued moderation in everything, including how much we share about ourselves. Don't spill every detail about your life during your absence. Save some stories, some experiences to share in person. This creates curiosity that fuels immediate attraction. Body language matters too. The Stoics believed in harmony between body and mind. Practice staying relaxed, maintain eye contact, smile naturally. These nonverbal cues communicate confidence and openness, two essentials for creating immediate attraction. When you reconnect, don't underestimate the power of the first impression, or in this case, the new first impression. Studies show we form opinions about others within seconds of meeting. When you re-enter someone's life after an absence, those first moments are critical. Show up at your best, not just physically, but energetically. Scarcity increases value, a basic economic principle that applies to relationships too. When you become a rare presence in someone's life, your perceived value rises. It's not a game. It's about creating a space where they can miss you. And when they see you again, they feel a wave of immediate attraction. Attraction is also tied to positive feelings. The Stoics knew that while we shouldn't be slaves to pleasure, positive emotions have a place in a balanced life. When you're with someone, make those moments enjoyable, light, and fun. They'll associate those good feelings with you and feel immediate attraction when they see you again. Remember, true attraction doesn't come from deception or manipulation, but from your authentic growth as a person. If you've used this time to evolve to become a better version of yourself, that transformation will be obvious and naturally appealing. When you reappear in their life after applying these principles, something magical happens. They don't just notice changes in you, they feel a different energy, a stronger presence. It's like a powerful magnet has switched on, creating an immediate attraction they can't explain or resist. And don't forget, true immediate attraction isn't about manipulating feelings, but awakening something that's already there. It's about removing barriers that block natural attraction from flowing. When you become the best version of yourself and create the right space, attraction happens naturally, like water, finding its way after a dam breaks. Constant pursuit. Constant pursuit happens when you become the thought that never leaves their mind. The desire to know how you're doing, what you're up to, who you're with. It's when they start reaching out, not just once, but over and over, because something in them craves that connection with you. The Stoics understood this human phenomenon well. The secret to constant pursuit lies in becoming an intriguing mystery. People are naturally curious. When something isn't fully explained or resolved, our minds keep coming back to it, trying to understand to complete the puzzle. When you're not fully accessible, when there are parts of your life they don't know or can't access you, spark that natural curiosity. The Stoics talked about how our minds constantly seek answers to unresolved questions. It's a natural restlessness of human thought. When you leave open questions in the relationship, not to play games, but by truly living your own life on the side, their mind keeps circling back to those questions. I wonder what they're doing now. Have they met someone? Do they still think about me? There's no single trick to create constant pursuit. For example, when you start talking again, share a bit about your life, but not everything. Mention a new hobby you've picked up, but don't spill all the details. Casually bring up an interesting event you went to without explaining it all. These incomplete bits of information act like bait, keeping them wanting to know more. Consistency is also key. The Stoics valued consistency of character, being the same person in all situations. When you show you're at peace with yourself, living a balanced and happy life, you create a solid foundation that people naturally want to be near. It's not about faking happiness, but finding real contentment in yourself. Another important element is the value you bring to their life. Think about the unique qualities you have, the special things you offer in this relationship, maybe your sense of humor, your ability to listen, or your perspective on the world. When you're absent, it's that unique value they miss, fueling their constant pursuit of you. The Stoics believed we should focus on our virtues and develop our character. When you work on becoming a better, wiser, more balanced person, you naturally become someone others want to keep close. It's not about seeming interesting. It's about being genuinely interesting. Constant pursuit is also fed by healthy unpredictability. If you always act the same way, are always available at the same time, or always respond the same way, you become predictable. The human mind loses interest in what's fully predictable. A little variation keeps their interest in pursuit active. Understand that constant pursuit comes from desire, not desperation. You want them to come to you because they miss you, because they value your presence, not because they're anxious or uncertain. So when you do connect, make it positive, light and enriching. Leave them feeling that time with you is good for them. The Stoics talked about the importance of cherishing the present because it's all we truly have. When you're fully present in shared moments, when you give your full attention, you create an experience so rich that they naturally want more. They start constantly seeking that quality of presence only you can offer. Constant pursuit also involves creating a space where they feel free to be themselves with you. The Stoics valued authenticity above all. When someone feels they can show their true self without judgment, they'll naturally seek more of that freedom, more of that acceptance. Another key factor is balancing interest and independence. If you show genuine care for them, but maintain your own independence, you create a powerful dynamic. They feel you value them, but also see you have your own life. This balance is highly attractive and drives them to keep pursuing you. A common mistake is thinking constant pursuit comes from emotional games or creating insecurity. In reality, it's the opposite. When you create a safe space while maintaining your own identity and life, you become a secure haven they want to return to again and again. The Stoics also understood the power of gratitude and appreciation. When you express genuine gratitude for shared moments when you value their presence in your life, you create a positive cycle. They feel appreciated and naturally want more of that good feeling driving their constant pursuit. It's fascinating how small gestures can fuel this pursuit. A sincere comment showing you paid attention, a short message at just the right moment, a nod to something meaningful to them. These little moments of real connection do more for constant pursuit than grand empty gestures. When you become the object of this pursuit, respond in a balanced way. No coldness, no desperation. Show you're happy to connect, but keep that independent energy. This confirms their pursuit is welcome, but not essential to your happiness, which paradoxically intensifies their pursuit even more. Deep connection. A deep connection goes beyond physical attraction or fleeting interest. It's a bond that feels like it touches the soul, making them feel you share something unique and special, something they can't find anywhere else. The Stoics understood that the most meaningful connections between people are built on shared values and mutual understanding. When you practice magnetic silence and powerful absence, something interesting happens. They start remembering not just the fun or romantic moments you shared, but also the deep conversations, the moments of true understanding. These memories create a different kind of longing, deeper, more meaningful. The first step to creating a deep connection is being authentic. The Stoics value truth above all. When you show your true self flaws, vulnerabilities, and all you make room for a genuine connection, it's not about being perfect, but being real, and that reality takes root deeply in their mind and heart. A powerful technique is practicing active listening. Truly listen. Don't think about what you'll say next. Don't interrupt. Just be fully present for them. This kind of attention is rare today, and when you offer it, it creates a connection they can't easily find elsewhere. The Stoics believe we should live in line with nature and virtue, having integrity, being consistent in what you say and do. When your words carry weight, when your actions reflect your values, you build a solid foundation for a deep connection. They feel they can trust you, rely on you. Another essential element is non-judgmental acceptance. When you accept them as they are, strengths, flaws, and all, you create a safe space where they can be fully themselves. This freedom to be authentic in your presence builds a deep connection they treasure and don't want to lose. Shared struggles also forge deep bonds. The Stoics' new challenges reveal our true character. When you and someone face a tough situation together, when you overcome obstacles as a team, that bond strengthens in a way good times alone can't achieve. Controlled vulnerability is a powerful tool for building deep connections. It's not about unloading all your issues at once, but gradually sharing deeper, truer parts of yourself. This exchange of vulnerability creates emotional intimacy that goes far beyond the physical. Another key aspect is shared growth. The Stoics valued constant personal development. When you and someone grow together, learn together, evolve together, you create a shared story of transformation. This shared journey forms a deep bond that withstands time and challenges. Intellectual connection is also crucial. Find topics you both love to discuss. Ideas that light a spark in both your eyes, whether it's philosophy, art, science, spirituality, or anything else that makes your minds dance together. This intellectual harmony creates a special kind of intimacy few people experience. The Stoics spoke of the importance of savoring each moment, knowing nothing is permanent. When you practice this total presence with someone, when you truly appreciate the time you share without dwelling on the past or future, you create pure moments of connection that stay etched in both your memories and hearts. A deep connection also involves creating a little world that's just yours inside jokes. Only you get references that only make sense to you. Special little traditions you share, this private language of your relationship creates a sense of belonging that's deeply fulfilling and hard to replace. Remember, a deep connection takes time to develop and can't be forced. The Stoics valued patience, understanding that the most valuable things in life take time to fully bloom. Let this connection grow naturally, respecting the unique rhythm of your relationship. Trust is the foundation of a deep connection. When your words carry weight, when you keep your promises, when you honor shared confidences, you build a solid base for that connection. This trust isn't built in a day, but through consistent small actions over time. Support during tough times also strengthens this bond. When you're there for someone in their struggles, not just with words of comfort, but with genuine presence, you create a connection that endures life's storms. They know they can count on you when things get rough. When you cultivate this deep connection, you become more than a romantic option or a pleasant distraction. You become an essential part of their life, someone they share a bond with that feels almost sacred in its depth and meaning. And that's the kind of connection that makes someone feel they can't live without you. Guaranteed return. The guaranteed return is the culmination of all the principles we've discussed. It's when all these elements combine to create a force so powerful that the person simply can't stay away from you. It's not about manipulation or emotional games, but about creating a space where reconnection happens naturally, as if it's the only possible outcome. The Stoics believed in the concept of amor fati, loving your fate. When you apply these principles, you create a situation where returning to you feels like the person's natural destiny, something that just has to happen. It's as if every path leads back to you. The first element of a guaranteed return is authentic nostalgia. Not that fleeting superficial longing that fades in days, but a deep yearning that seems to touch the soul. Magnetic silence and powerful absence. When you create strong impulses and urgent desire, plant the seeds of this profound longing that ultimately brings them back. Comparison plays a big role too. During your time apart, it's natural for them to meet other people or have new experiences. But if you've built a deep connection, if you've offered something truly valuable and unique, those comparisons only highlight what they've lost by letting you go. The Stoics understood that our minds tend to romanticize what we no longer have. It's part of human nature. During a separation, the bad or tough moments tend to fade from memory, while the good ones shine brighter. This natural memory selection works in your favor to ensure their return. Another key factor is the congruence between your absence and your return. If you stepped back with dignity, no drama, no manipulation, and maintain that dignity, throughout you create a consistent thread that inspires respect and attraction. They feel they can trust who you are because you've stayed true to yourself. Time is also a powerful ally. The Stoics knew time has its own wisdom. Sometimes people need time to process their feelings, to realize what they truly value, to miss what they had. Trust the process and give it the space it needs to work in your favor. A critical element of the guaranteed return is that during the separation, you've genuinely grown. You didn't just sit around waiting. You used this time to become a better version of yourself. When they return, they find not only what they left behind, but an even more attractive, valuable version of you. The law of contrast also plays a big role. If you were once always available, always chasing, always showing more interest, and now you've created a healthy balance where you value both the connection and your independence, that contrast is powerful. They notice this shift in energy and respond to it. The Stoics talked about how our minds are drawn to what's hard to obtain when you're no longer easily available. When earning your interest and attention takes effort, you become more valuable in their eyes. It's not about artificial games, but about having healthy self-respect in valuing your time. The fear of final loss is also a strong motivator. When they start to realize you've truly moved on, that your absence isn't temporary or a game, but a real change in your life, the fear of losing you forever can be the final push to make them reach out. Understand that when we talk about a guaranteed return, we're not talking about 100% certainty in every case. Some relationships end for good reasons. What we're saying is that if there's still real potential for connection, if genuine feelings remain, these principles create the best possible conditions for a return. When they finally decide to come back, how you respond is crucial. Don't show desperation or excessive relief as if you've been waiting for this moment forever. Welcome their return with sincere joy, but also with the balanced energy you've cultivated during your absence. This confirms your transformation was real and lasting. The Stoics understood that true fulfillment isn't external, but internal. The greatest success of this process might not even be their return, but your own transformation. You've learned to value yourself, to live a full life independent of any relationship, to find peace and contentment in your own company. That's the real victory. And it's precisely this inner transformation that creates the most powerful magnetism for their return. When you no longer need them to come back to be happy, paradoxically, you become far more attractive. People are naturally drawn to those who are at peace with themselves, who have an inner source of strength and contentment. Ultimately, the guaranteed return isn't about manipulating someone to come back, but about creating the ideal conditions for it to happen naturally if it's meant to be. It's about working on yourself, growing, evolving, and becoming the best version of who you can be. And when they return, not if, but when they'll find someone far more worth being close to than the person they left behind. And there you have it. I hope you found tons of value in this video. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I love when you do that. If you want another video on this topic, drop a comment saying, I want more. I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for your time. Take care and see you soon.